Yeah, that's our new jam.
I like it.
Yeah, it came with the machine.
We're having a party in the podcast room.
Yeah, well, it's New Year's Eve, so jam.
This will be the most partying that we're doing.
All right, you know what?
Sad.
Well, if you stay that far away, get into the camera shot here.
No, I'm good here. I'm good.
No.
I don't want to be all the way in. No, wait, I'm all tangled up in wires.
Well, we got to see you.
You can see me. You can see me. No, we're good. I'm good.
There we go.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm literally
still playing here. Okay. Anyway, welcome to this episode, the latest episode, the last episode ever. No, for 2020, or the first episode for 2021, depending on when you're listening. This is Off the Mark with the Bickerings.
Or Bickersteins, whichever. We are here for our annual year-ender. And by annual, I mean our first year-ender on this episode. And this is going to be fun. We're going to talk about winners and losers in marketing for 2020.
You know how good this show is? This show is so good that Alec Baldwin's wife calls it muy bueno.
And since you just recently told me about the Alec Baldwin story, you know how riveted I am.
This is the big loser at the end of 2020. Start off with this one because I can't get enough of this.
I know you're obsessed.
It is so mashugana, so good, so crazy.
Do you think that Alec Baldwin? Well, first explain the story.
All right, the story is that Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria, has claimed to be Spanish for at least the last decade, maybe more. She speaks with a Spanish accent. There's a video of her on the Today Show cooking, forgetting a word in English. How you say cucumber? There's videos of Alec on David Letterman. So my wife's from Spain. There's Howard Stern. She was always on Howard Stern because he was always fawning after her when he would have Alec on. Well, it turns out she's not Spanish. As she says in her own words, she's a white girl from Boston. She got found out.
Yeah, but okay, so why did she explain why she did it?
Because she's Mashugana.
Was she just acting?
There is an article in the New York Times today that is a perfect. First of all, the New York Times is covering.
I know the fact that you can't get enough, and the New York Times is even talking. I mean,
the New York Times,
there is a pandemic going on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll get to that.
But you go ahead and talk about the number one thing of 2020. But anyway, go on.
Hilaria had an exclusive, or the New York Times had anyway. Her real name's Hillary.
Maybe she just didn't like Clinton.
In Spain or whatever. It has been this crazy thing where she's just, and she said something. I can't even. The story makes no sense. It's a shit show. They need help. Which brings us to this first question.
Please call On the Rec Media.
Yeah, it looks like they went into this New York Times thing. It's a joke. Like, you got to figure out what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's gonna.
So wait a minute. They went into the story and they didn't have messaging and like a plan, a strategy.
They defended it. They've defended it. Everybody else is wrong.
Okay, but wait a minute. What is their defense? What is it?
Because this is who she is, or she's allowed to let people in as much as she wants to allow.
She identifies as somebody from Spain.
Yes.
And she should be allowed to do that.
What did somebody tweet? Rachel Duhamel, whatever.
Oh, right.
Of Elizabeth Warren's.
Don't bring down Elizabeth Warren on this. Come on.
It not my joke. It was on Twitter. Yeah. So how do you fix this? How would you fix this situation?
Well, I wouldn't defend it. First of all, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would have to know really why she did it. And maybe I'm assuming it made her more interesting as a persona, and she took on a persona. But look at Stephen Colbert. He was a persona as a right wing.
Yeah. He wasn't doing a fake accent. There was a comedian a billion years ago who used to be on Ed Sullivan, and his name was Bill Dana, but he used to do this act called Jose Jimenez. And if you look at it now, it would be the most. She's stealing from Bill Dana, his racist, but he didn't mean it to be racist at the time. It was very much acclaimed and very funny. Not anymore. It would not fit in these.
You don't think she's not being accused of being racist, is she?
Well, what do you when you suddenly pretend to have a Spanish accent? Your name, you make up a name. I mean, you're some kind of character for. She named all of their kids have Spanish names.
Yeah, but does that make her
Her
racist?
Wedding was. She had flamingo, and it was
okay.
crazy.
So did Alec Baldwin know about this before he married her? That's the question.
I don't know, but I would say that for the rest of their lives together, however long they may be, and hopefully it's forever, that he will win every fight, because all he has to say is, "Oh yeah, well at least I didn't."
Hilarious. It's not very hilarious.
I didn't pretend to be Spanish.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, I don't know if it's racist. I think that we throw that word around too much. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea why she did it. So I can't tell you what it is, other than, hey, if I could be British and have a British accent, I think I would be cooler.
Well, funny you should say that, because there's a clip floating around on TikTok of an episode of 30 Rock in which Alec Baldwin
pretends to be British.
No, he proposes to his girlfriend, his British girlfriend, who Tina Fey, and her character, of whatever her character's name was, unearths as not British.
Oh,
like
got it.
He proposed to this woman, and then Tina Fey was confronting her, and then the woman lost her British accent.
So it's like Madonna. Madonna goes off to London, and then all of a sudden she has this accent.
At least she lived in London, and she could pretend to have. Yeah, that's a good point. But she.
I know. It's not like she was immersed in the Spanish culture in Spain.
All right. So here's the tip. First thing: don't pretend to be from Spain or any other country you're not from. You're from Boston.
Or, you know what?
You want Dunkin'.
Just be honest that is your persona. Like, this is my persona. I'm really from Boston, but I would much rather be an exotic person from Spain.
There was
honesty in marketing is very important.
I'd much rather be Brad Pitt, but that's not happening.
I'd rather be Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, we're going to get into that battle?
I love Jennifer Aniston. But anyway, I can't, because I don't look like her.
All right.
But anyway,
so you don't do that, and then you got to make a public. First of all, you got to let the story die down. You go into hiding for a while. No, because it doesn't. No, it's not stopping. Every hour on the Daily Mail, there's a new headline.
I know, but that you got to stop the headline. You got to like stop it. So first of all, they screwed up on their stupid New York Times interview. They should have consulted a crisis management team.
Yes.
That said, how do you handle this? And lying.
And if they did consult a crisis management team, they need to call on the Mark Media,
because that one failed. But you have to be honest. You have to be transparent. That comes down to anything. You screw up, you're transparent about what you did, and maybe just tell the story. You know what? It became a persona. And that's who, I love the culture there. I always wanted to live there. I don't know.
Going away for a little help for a little bit. I need to.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't know enough. Does she have a mental health problem?
What was going on?
I don't know.
But she said it was something like, when you're famous, you give so much of yourself. There was this quote that was so nauseating today. And you're only so you should only allow people in so far.
Okay, that's bullshit. Sorry. That's like a bullshit answer. That doesn't fly. And if anybody on her crisis communications team, they would have said that I call bullshit on that, because then don't, if that's so painful. First of all, I didn't know she was a celebrity. You were telling me this story, and I had no idea who she was.
850,000 Instagram followers. She probably has a lot more now.
850,000,
especially in Spain.
There are people.
There are articles about her in the Spanish magazine that mentioned every time they ran, and they always ran things about her that she was from Spain.
All right.
She never claimed. Oh, I never read those articles. That was her answer.
All right. Well, she screwed up on this one. The only thing why did, who let her go about doing this? This is just like, did she ever get out of character? Like when her and Alec are at the breakfast table and her kid spills milk and she yells at the kid, does she say, what's the Boston, what's a Boston accent?
Hey.
Car. Get in the car, kid.
Going for some Dunkin'.
Anyway, I wonder if she ever slipped up.
Wow, that was really bad. We just lost their entire Boston audience.
Oh no. Well, I love Boston accents. I love any accent except like whatever I have.
Fake Spanish ones would not be so good.
Yeah, so I think she should have been honest. She should have been transparent from the very beginning. At this point, I don't even know. You're just gonna have to like go away in hiding for a while and come back and then try to be honest, get a second bite of the apple.
Well, I would have waited. I would have waited until just let the media just beat the hell out of you for a couple of days. So many new things. Everybody's going to forget. You go away. If you can go away during these times. And
she can go away. She can go away to Spain. She has the perfect. Her people will probably embrace her.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how this game works. We're going to bring up someone or something.
Yeah.
And that had an eventful year. And we decide because we're the deciders if they're a winner or a loser. Are people playing along? Oh, we have sound effects.
Yeah,
wow.
There we go. So for our
Mark
first
had fun over the last weekend.
Our first one, Hilaria, don't call me Hillary Baldwin.
Yeah, sorry. Screwed up on that one.
That's a loser for 2020.
So let's go with another big company who had an eventful year, Zoom. You know, a year ago, no one knew really what it was. I think Skype was the big thing that everybody was doing probably a year ago, or FaceTime, right? Now everyone basically lives on it. I even just learned recently, I probably look scary because on my Zoom calls, I can fix my face and I can look younger.
Your face looks
like
marvelous.
Hilaria. Because if you see me on Zoom and then you see me in real person, they're two different people.
It's your alter ego.
It's my alter ego. It's just a younger 25-year-old Kathy. But anyway, but that tells you, it's become a verb, Zoom. We're going to Zoom. We're going to Zoom today. Are you going to Zoom? Let's jump on Zoom. Let's Zoom the conference, whatever. So stock prices, if you look at a year ago, they were $67. Man, we did not jump on this.
Yeah.
Hit a high of $568 a share in mid-October, and then now I think it's back down to a measly $354 a share, and dropping slowly of late, but still, that's a good. I would take that money.
The Motley Fool guys who send me 400,000 emails a day,
but they never give you that. They're a loser in my book because they make me watch like a whole thing. Are you trying to turn me off?
No, I'm trying to figure out which headset I'm on. There we go. All right,
okay.
Sorry about that.
Either you're turning me off or I can't hear myself.
I turn you off on the regular.
I know. That's what I thought. I was like, if you only had this switchboard in real life, you'd be so much happier. Just dial it back. Anyway, okay, so back to Zoom. So obviously there was a bumps in the road with Zoom, like Zoom bombing. There were security breaches way in the beginning. There were.
I mean, we had a lot of clients who wouldn't Zoom with us because they're worried about hacks and Zoom bombing.
And then like telehealth became okay for everybody because you couldn't see your doctor, and they even were like, yeah, just Zoom, do whatever, But with Zoom, it was like, then they're like, wait a minute, we're violating HIPAA laws because like everyone's hacking into the business. I have no idea
what you're talking. What lane did you just go off on? What
Zoom, like doctors were using Zoom to see their patient.
Oh,
it has to be super uber secure.
There you go.
So when you have hackers, now they know about Tom's genital warts, and now the whole world knows about them when it was just supposed to be him and his doctor.
Speaking of Jeffrey Toobin.
Ow! Don't go there.
Well, I mean, bad year for him.
I know, I love him. But anyway, okay, so problems led the company to revamp its security. Yay for them. Apparently, the U.S. government did not do the same, but good for Zoom because the Zoom bombing is now considered a criminal offense and can be punishable by law.
It is? That's what script says, but I didn't know that. So
well, that's what Caitlin told me. So I'm assuming
Caitlin, our producer. So.
I'm assuming Caitlin's right. So they've implemented things. It's actually gotten very cool because we're actually getting ready to do a big news conference in a week. Next week, sorry. And we did one last week with Zoom, and there's all kinds of really cool things you can do. You can have people in waiting rooms and passcodes to get into meetings, and you can lock the room so no one else can join, and you can remove unruly participants. So if you have a press conference and you have it out, you know, you have a lot of reporters, like let's say somebody jumps in that's not really a reporter, is going into the conference, you can kind of kick them out, you can mute them, you can, you know, so people, it's harder for people to, the school teachers must be very happy about this, because can you imagine that when they had to go online with like unruly teenage boys who were just pranking.
Why is it got to be teenage boys? Why you got to go right there? Why you got to do that?
Because they probably were the ones who were doing it. Probably everybody. But anyway, so what do we, what do we think about Zoom?
I think they started off unknown. They
were a loser then because they weren't,
and then they completely cleaned up their act. They did amazing. Again, Motley Crue, Fool, whatever those the investor tip sheets, they still say to buy Zoom
at $300 and some a share.
Yeah, so which, you know, so I'm going to buy half a share. No, they were definitely a winner. Yay, winners.
No, they did.
I mean, when you enter the vernacular and you're a verb.
I know, like
that
Google.
Is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. If my name ever becomes a verb, if I'm ever cool enough to become a verb, I'd have to change my name. Because my name just isn't cool enough to become a verb.
We're going to get to somebody's name. It's close to your name, and we're going to talk about them in a moment or two.
I forget who, but you'll inform me.
It'll be a surprise. The whole show is generally a surprise to you.
That is true. I never really pay any attention to what's happening until I get in front of the mic. I think it's better that way, though.
Oh, it's fresh.
It's
very fresh. Yeah.
You're getting like top of mind brilliance, and not my thought out brilliance.
It is amazing to have that top of mind brilliance every single day.
Yeah, but it's good. I do share it with you often. Okay, so the next one, Peloton. So they started off in the loser category pre-COVID with their first became, I guess a lot of people found out about them when they had that commercial of the husband gives the wife like a Peloton, and a lot of women.
And she was so excited about it. She, oh, my husband gave me a Peloton and told me I need to lose weight.
Thank goodness that my husband gave it to me, and I couldn't afford it myself.
It was a mansplaining commercial of all time, and I think we talked about it in an early episode.
We did, and even the person in the commercial later was in another commercial. The guy or the girl.
I think the guy.
Anyway, they came in and they made fun of themselves in another commercial about being the guy and the bad guy in the commercial.
Peloton took a hit. I mean, their stock went. I mean, it was not just their stock, but they just became a punchline.
Yeah.
And
but then they made a comeback when, obviously COVID hit. We were locked inside our houses, still sort of supposedly on a little bit of a lockdown, depending on where you are. So home workouts became essential, and Peloton jumped at the opportunity with the ad campaigns. They did influencer marketing. So they did a really good job of, think about it. People had their gym memberships. They couldn't go to their gym. They were spending $100.
Some places went to.
Yeah, and some people still can actually, but they were spending $100 a month, and so they figured, what the heck? I'll spend. What is a Peloton, like $1,200 or something?
It's what you said.
Yeah, so it's like
$1,400, I think, or whatever. Plus,
I don't know what it is.
Subscription too.
I think then you. Well, I think there's a free app and a subscription, but anyway. It's not. It's an investment. But if you think about what you're spending at some gyms, it's a worthwhile investment.
As long as you use it, it's a worthwhile.
Yeah.
investment.
Well, I would use it a very nice coat hanger because I don't like to exercise or sweat. But
what do you call it? You call it a sweat machine?
A sweat machine or a sweat facility. The gym is a sweat facility. I don't like to sweat, and I've been in a facility now. They tried to keep me in there. No, I don't really like to exercise, but I have a lot of friends who have Pelotons, and man, are they looking good.
Well, you can, so obviously, we don't, this is a clear winner. They did the job. But you could say this for a lot of them.
Well, they're a winner too.
I was looking for weights.
Oh, you can't find weights.
You can't find weights, or if the ones you find are like priced $1,000 or so.
You can't find almost any at-home gym equipment. Oh shoot! That just reminded me. I tried to buy our son weights, and I went to Dick's because there was only one dumbbell. So I quickly bought it on my app because I'm an app girl now. I download all the apps so I can get all the savings and the points and everything. I know it's 2020 and I'm finally there. It's almost 2021.
It's going anywhere?
Anyway, by the time I got to Dick's, I literally bought it, and 10 minutes later, I'm at Dick's for curbside pickup, and they said it's been sold. The one that we had left was sold right out from underneath me. So you can't get gym equipment.
Well, could you mention Dick's anymore?
Well,
they let you down.
They're a sponsor.
They're not.
No, they're not.
And they wouldn't be.
And
if they were,
we would be losing our sponsor, our one sponsorship. But anyway, yeah. So, but anyway, Peloton now they just got acquired too by a big equipment company, right? The largest commercial fitness equipment company.
There. Yeah.
So, a $420 million deal. I could use that.
Yeah, their stock too. Did we talk about their stock?
I don't know. Is their stock up?
Yeah, no. It's up.
Their stock. I don't know. I don't see anything. Stock went from 28 to 150. Where have I been? I'm on Robinhood, and I need to buy some of the stock that keeps going up. Anyway, Robinhood.
Another name you're dropping.
I'm just name dropping. Robinhood is a winner because we would like them to be a sponsor now.
You want them to be a sponsor.
So next up on our winner and losers category, this is a dangerous one. So
I have a feeling we're 22 minutes in, and then the next topic will be at 44 minutes in.
We've already lost. Okay, so let's just give a warning for anyone who might slightly be right of center. They should just put the earmuffs on. If you voted for
well, that's your side of the story. I mean, I have an
oh my god,
viewpoint.
You just pick these alternative viewpoints.
All right, so who are we talking about?
Okay, winner or loser? Donald Trump.
What is he? Is he a winner or a loser? Well, let's a lot to unpack here.
Well, let's get straight to the losses, which I would talk about. Is the election 2020?
What about it?
He lost.
What, did he really? Come on.
Oh my god.
Did he really?
January 6th cannot come out.
There's a senator who's going to block it.
I know. What's his name? Harley? I don't know.
Judd Harley or something like that. Yeah.
Holly, or I don't know. He's from
Josh Harley.
Is he? He sounds like, wasn't there a cute little actor called Josh Hartley?
So according to you, Trump lost the election. Others have other viewpoints.
Yeah, whatever. If you are in the, if you wear a tin hat at night or something. And by the way, send your complaints to Reba Smith at
it's Reba now?
AOL.com.
Okay.
Because she really wants to hear from you. Anyway, so so he lost the election. His pardons. I think his pardons. Okay, these pardons. This is I have my own conspiracy theory. So he's pardoned Roger Stone and George Papadopoulos and with Manafort. Okay, he's also pardoned, like murderers and other fine folks.
Oh, you go.
On both sides. But anyway,
murderers on both sides.
Fine folks on both sides. That's what he said about the KKK and the people who didn't like the KKK.
Wow, where are we going here?
Okay,
right.
But anyway, so this is my thing. I think that move will that's going to bite them, because when you pardon those people, you take away they can no longer take the fifth. So there's this New York prosecutor, what's her name? She's a bad
Southern District of New York.
Yeah, but the woman serves in the now. But anyway, she is a badass. And she, I think, is going to do this whole
but we're talking about marketing.
Donald Trump is
he's one of the greatest marketers ever.
Yes, but there's supposed to be
he's not winning this one.
Truth in advertising. Remember that little thing there? Truth in advertising. It used to be a saying.
He's not advertising. He's marketing.
He is a brilliant marketer, but it's because he honestly doesn't, he believes everything he says. Like if I believed everything I said, like Hilaria, maybe she finally believed that she was Hilaria. Like she really felt like, how could you go on for years being Hilaria and not become it and believe it, right? He believes everything he says,
Right.
all the cray and everything. So, yeah, that's why he's a good marketer because, but most people could not like say the things he does. I'm the greatest. When you know that you are in debt, 400 million and whatever, most people wouldn't be able to say, I'm the greatest businessman there is.
He came back from all these, where he owed zillions of dollars.
He still owes 400 million. He had just admitted it. You can't say I'm the greatest businessman on earth if I owe $400 million to people.
$975 in taxes.
Well, that is a very good. I would like to pay that in taxes.
Isn't that what he paid?
But anyway, so the COVID vaccine rollout. Okay, so let's just talk about the COVID handling of COVID loser and that thing. The COVID rollout vaccine. Now, me personally, just me. I have no public health degree. I have nothing. But it doesn't
stop you from pretending to be a doctor.
It doesn't stop me from pretending to be somebody knowledgeable with
malaria.
I'm pretending to be a doctor right now, so I'm gonna put my doctor hat on. But no, if I was
come back while you can talk about this.
No, but while Operation Warp Speed was happening and they were working on the vaccine, the government should have been working on the vaccine rollout program. There should have been a portal so you could sign up, so you could see where you were on the list. So where do you go? They should have had eye doctors and dentists who are able to give shots. They should have had the Army Corps of Engineers helping the states with it. The states right now are like overwhelmed with COVID cases. And then, so the federal government said, there they are, kind of, we didn't get them all to you, but we gave you some, go do. And so that was a disaster. The vaccine rollout will also lead to tens of thousands of more lives dead.
And as for marketing for Trump,
that's a terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what? History is not going to be kind to him. I mean,
wait a minute. Okay, so let's look at some of his wins.
Okay.
Let's look at his wins. First of all, he won the election in 2020.
In 2016.
Won the election in 2020.
He won. Thanks to the Russians.
Yeah. He may win this $2,000 stimulus thing. He and Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, but he didn't want it. He didn't care about it. No, he doesn't care if people get $2,000.
Doesn't matter. He's claiming to be the
it's a marketing win for him, but he honestly doesn't care about it. If he cared about it, the Republicans would already have it in.
Well, you have some Republican. You have the two running for Senate in Georgia, saying they won $2,000.
And why is that?
They won $600 yesterday. Today they won $2,000.
Why? Yeah, $600. Now they won $2,000.
Operation Warp Speed.
That was.
Gotta give him some credit for that.
No, that wasn't him. That was the companies. I think the federal government gave them money. I think the pharmaceutical companies and people don't.
He put his name on it.
Well, they want to name the vaccine after him.
Yeah, well, Geraldo Rivera does.
A lot of people did. A lot of people on Fox News. But anyway,
so
all right.
You would ingest it and with your detergent or whatever. Yeah.
A little bleach, a little vaccine.
Okay, Middle East. He brought peace accords between Israel and Morocco, Israel and Bahrain, Israel and the UAE. This is all why he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Except he didn't.
But some people. But from his marketing,
once again,
he did.
The marketing team says he won. As a matter of fact, that commercial he just put out.
Not a video.
Or the video.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically a commercial.
Yeah.
And then it has the Nobel Peace Prize all over it. I'm like, the dude he's shameless and it doesn't matter if he lies. Like, that's why he's a brilliant marketer, because he lies with such conviction that people just have never met somebody who lies like that. So they figure, well, it must be right. Nobody could lie that well. So anyway, all
right, what category? What is he?
Oh God, he's a loser. Like, please.
All right. Next up.
Okay, this is funny. Next up, Karen's.
I'm not so sure it's funny.
Well, no.
I mean, it's not funny.
It's okay. That Karen isn't funny. But what's funny about Karen is I have a friend named Karen.
Who doesn't have a friend? Everybody has a friend named Karen.
No, but
That's why they're calling them Karen.
No. I have a friend who's born with the name Karen. She's not a Karen.
Yes.
So anyway, but I had to tell her she had no idea that Karen was a thing and that her name sake that her mom gave her is being like identified as this total different person than what she is. And so anyway, her son for Hanukkah, or she got her son, or somebody got her son for Hanukkah. It was a shirt and it said, "Do you think you have it bad? Karen is my mom." And anyway, that was the only funny part.
The funny part.
That was the funny part. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
All right. But what is the official definition of a Karen?
Well,
Kathy?
it's slang.
Kathy, Karen? Okay. Yes.
No, I heard Kathy is something too. It's an angry, complaining person. That's what someone told me, and I was like, "No, you're talking Karen," and they're like, "Oh, it's a Kathy," and I went, "No, it's really a Karen," and she goes, "No, it's a Kathy," and I'm like, "I don't know, maybe."
I might be on that side.
So it's a slang for an angry, entitled. At times they've been racist, usually white women.
Usually racist, usually white.
And, it's the woman in the blonde bob hairstyle that, who always says, "Can I speak to your manager?" Or, "I'm going to call the police because you are, beside me and you said hi and you're a black person." I mean, there's been so many incidents of.
There's one going on right now, just this week in a New York hotel. So Karen turned around and blamed the 14-year-old son of a African-American son of a Grammy winner of stealing her phone, and only to have it returned to her moments later by
oh my God,
her Uber driver or an Uber driver.
So that's the Soho Karen, right? And then we've had that.
And she still hasn't been identified yet, so she still has fun.
Her life is gonna,
yeah.
Then we've had the Central Park Karen, and that's the woman with the dog, right? And the dog got.
The dog was taken away from her because she was yanking it on its leash, and while she was yelling at the poor gentleman who was just watching birds in Central Park, bird watcher.
Well, the gentleman was just told her she had to have a leash on her dog or something, right? Was just like giving her some basic park rules, dog etiquette or something, and then she went all freaky on him. The Starbucks Karen, the San Francisco Karen, anti-mask Karen, the list goes on and on and on.
The San Francisco one, I mean, these are so stupid. Why would you just do anything to become a Karen?
Do you think people do?
This San Francisco
I don't know if I know that case.
This guy was painting Black Lives Matter on a wall or on this sidewalk, and she threatened him and told him to stop doing it. It was his property.
Oh, right. Yes, yeah. That was his own property. No, but she called the police on him.
Why get involved? Why are you the home monitor? Why are you calling the manager? Why? I mean, you've seen this happen enough times, time after time after time. Stop it. Stop being stupid. I mean, if you're racist, you're not. It's just not a good look. I mean, you can hide your racism. I'm not suggesting that's a good idea, but just don't trot it out for all of us to watch on YouTube over and over again.
Well, that's the problem. If you are racist, then at some point it will escape and you will not be able to hide it. But the people that, I mean, there have been people who have made mistakes. And then the best way to handle it from a marketing perspective is to talk about that. I did not realize that my actions were hurtful.
It's all taken an arc. I'm sorry, but this is what happens. They do their stupid Karen stuff, and then somebody records it, and then it goes viral, and then they get identified, and then they often lose their jobs, their livelihood.
Their dogs.
Yeah. Relationships. I mean, it's ridiculous. For what? For 10 seconds of yelling. So you lost the stupid iPhone. What are you going to do? It's not your job to accuse others.
Right.
So anyway, I mean, but it can happen to, we all do stupid shit.
Well, right.
I'm not saying we all do that though, but we could all get caught doing stupid stuff. And there's ways to get, to come back from it, I believe. Is there? Are there? That's what you were getting into.
Well, yeah, you have
Sorry,
to
got passionate here.
be transparent. You know, you have to learn from it, and you have to let people know that you did learn from it. You have to let people know that you didn't understand. I mean, a lot of people, I have Facebook friends. They honestly do not think that racism still exists. You know, they're like, hey, there was a black president. We're cool. It's gone. It's over. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Mitch
that just like
McConnell
started
said,
it.
Mitch McConnell said the racism
Yeah,
was
I
over
mean,
because there was a
so
black president.
there are a lot of white people who think that there's racism now against them because they're white. There are a lot of people who just don't believe that people, you know, with brown or black skin have it tougher in certain situations.
But can you clean it up? Is the question. Marketing time.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can.
You
have to do it.
Some terrible Karen. If Soho Karen came to you and said, "Help me,"
Well, it depends.
First of all, would you?
It depends. I would have to know her story. I wouldn't help anybody climb out of a hole if they're a terrible person and they just want a good PR firm to help clean up their act. If they are, I couldn't be a defense attorney and just pick up any criminal, right? Because that's just not who I am. I can't defend somebody who I know committed murder. So I could not help somebody with crisis management unless I knew that they really, truly made a mistake. And I have to believe in them and I have to believe in a cause before I could take it on.
But should everybody be judged by their worst times?
No, but that's what you say.
Assholes.
That's what you say. You know what? You know, that's the question. Are you just
being paid you a lot of money? Would you take them?
No, never. Never. Not unless I believed in their case. No, money is not a factor here. No. I have a soul and I have, I can't be bought.
Paid you in Chanel?
No, not even for Chanel or Louis Vuitton or anything.
Louis Vuitton?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
We're going to back the truck up in Louis Vuitton
Nope.
products.
Not even if they took me to Greece and on a volcano ash beach and I just got to see beautiful water. No.
So, okay. So let's say she had a bad moment. So
if she had a bad moment, then we say, okay, like what I would have to understand. I get the facts. And then you would come and then if somebody first of all, any way to come back from this, you have to be authentic. That's why a crisis management team can't really do you justice if you are not authentic. You have to be authentic in order to get forgiveness.
All right,
People
so
can see through
Karen
bullshit.
Is going to be identified shortly. Should she come forward first?
I would do
Everything she does will be second.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's going to be found out anyway. I think what I would do is I would reach out to the gentleman, the boy, it was a teenager, 14-year-old, the parents. I would try to see if I could get in touch with them. I would make an apology. I would explain that, you know, I was having a bad day. I was ignorant, you know, sometimes, you know, and maybe, to be honest, you know, people, it may not be that the kid was black. It could have been teenagers. People think the teenagers are kind of, you know, they're in an irresponsible age. So she could have said, listen, you were the closest one by and you're a teenager. And I knew what I was like when I was a teenager. Is kind of a shit, you know?
So now you have teenagers and everybody else against you.
And you can call Reba Smith at AOL.com or email her.
First thing I would do would call Valeria Baldwin.
No, you could definitely come back from this, but you cannot come back from a crisis if you are not coming back from an authentic position. Because, I mean, some people can fake it and get away with it, right? But, I mean, look at what's happened.
Hugh Grant.
We didn't fake it and get away with it.
HBO show.
Oh,
wait, I'm giving away the ending. Shh.
Oh yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
Do that. No, if you're authentic, you have to be transparent and authentic, and then yes, you can come back. You can come back for. I think second chances should be. People should not have one moment in their life scar them for the rest of their life.
You're gonna have to.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to, and some people will never forgive you, but you're not. You're there to
have a second act. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you can use this to. I mean, we have somebody that we know who I'm not going to name their name, but they made a mistake, said some very anti-LGBTQ. Sorry, did I get all those initials right? uh, things when they were in college, and
Well, that's another thing. People.
they were prevented from jobs. They were, basically, you know, they didn't get hired for they positions were left on the table because of this reached newspaper status in their college. So ever since then, they came out, they explained that they were why they felt that way. They didn't understand, and big advocates, huge advocates. So yeah, I think you can come back, but you have to feel it and be authentic.
Yes. I have no idea who you're talking about, but that's an interesting story.
Well, I'll tell you
Tell me afterwards.
offline. You know them.
All right, let's do this next one quickly because we're 40 minutes in here.
All right, so next winner or loser, renaming your product or team.
That was a big thing this year.
Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima, Eskimo Pie, Cleveland Indians, Washington Redskins, Dixie Chicks, Dixie Beer.
List goes on and
on and on and on and on.
Which is not a good sign because a lot of people apparently had some not great names there. It took them a long time in some cases. Washington Redskins, long past the expiration date.
Okay, so
Cleveland Indians, I get it, but is it, Eskimo Pie, okay. All of these Dixie Chicks. So it's okay to be the Chicks. If I called you a chick, you would yell at me.
If they call themselves, if that's their name, the Chicks, if that's their name of their rock band, okay. I wouldn't yell at you.
No, I get it.
If you called me a skirt in the middle of nowhere, I might get upset. Or a chick.
Baby. A cigarette. No,
hey, skirt.
Hey, some hot skirts here.
But no, if I had a band and I called myself the Chicks, I think I'm allowed to do that.
Didn't they get in trouble because there's somebody else was the Chicks already?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're going to pick a new name, you got to pick one that's not already been used.
Well, anytime you pick any name these days, it's harder to pick names. If you ever try to launch a product, you have to do IP, you have to do Google.
On the Mark Media, Mark with the C. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
But what do you think of this? We didn't buzz her, Karen.
Karen. Not my friend. Not my friend Karen. What? Yeah.
Okay.
She's my friend Karen. Thank you.
All right.
In case she's listening.
All right. So, but is it virtue signaling? Is that the new term? Virtue signaling? Are you changing names? I could see, that argument being made.
What do you mean?
Aren't I, the best? Aren't I, because I am changing my name because I am offending people? Isn't that the virtue signaling is?
Well,
that you're.
I don't care if you're. No, I would think that you're doing it. First of all, if you're a big company and we spent millions and millions of dollars over decades of years to market a name, it's a real pain in the butt to change the name. So I assume that a lot of thought has been put into it and that you've decided that the cons are so bad that you have to spend the money to remarket your product, and you're doing it for the right reasons. You're not doing, hey, look at me, I'm like so proper, because if you were so proper, you would have probably done it 10 years ago. The thing that really upsets me, though,
it was easy for the Baltimore Ravens to, from the Cleveland Browns, they just said, we're not the Cleveland Browns anymore. We're the ball franchise. And
and people in Cleveland still hate their guts. We're lucky that we get out of Ohio with our Ravens gear on.
They gave them all the history back, and they said, here, you can still be the Browns because the Browns.
Hey, the Browns nearly kicked our butt. So, anyway, and the Browns are doing well this year. Let's give some Ohio teams some props.
Is the Washington Football Club or team, whatever it is.
Team.
Washington Football. They should have done this years ago.
Yeah, but so this is the thing. Hello, Dan Snyder. Why did you not have a name in backup? Like, did he not know? Like, this has been going on for decades. So he didn't have a couple IP. Like, hey, save Washington. I don't
think it's the worst idea. It's sort of like ginger in between courses of sushi. Let's take a little time, figure this out. Let's
no, actually, smart. I don't know if this is why they did it.
Like my ginger analogy. It's a palate cleanser.
It's because Marianne died today.
I know.
Is that why you said ginger?
Olive Shalom. For
Gilligan's Island. Oh, God. Terrible. Anyway.
I was shocked, though, that her publicist released the news. I was shocked that she still had.
Oh my God! Stop it! Of course she does. She's Marianne.
She was the hot one.
Anyway, so let's go back to the Washington Redskins. So
Is that okay? I said that, or am I going to get in trouble now that I said that the Marianne was the hot one?
I don't know.
So was Wilma.
Wilma Flintstone?
No, I mean Betty. Actually, Betty was the hot
one. Oh, okay. I don't know. You could be getting in trouble. I might have to meet you.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team.
You were Maryland Munster, though.
Huh?
I always called you Maryland Munster.
Why?
I'll tell you after.
Okay. I don't. Wasn't she a monster?
You were beautiful.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not buying your thing here.
Mind.
You'll tell me offline. Anyway, so the Washington football team. This is why I think, in a way, this is a little bit brilliant, because everything people buy this year is going to become a collector's item. If you buy anything with the Washington football team in 20, 30 years from now, is that going to be worth money? Because it was that 1 year when you bought things and you never will buy it again.
60 years or however long that they've been around selling merchandise doesn't count?
I don't know. It could be a collector's item this 1 year. It's like a special edition.
You're going to clutter up the house with.
No, I'm not buying any. They're not my team. But we do have a.
All right. So renaming products. Oh, no.
No, yes.
I hit the wrong button. Yes. I'm sorry. That was.
Here, Mark's ability to handle the board. Loser. Wait, here.
Right.
I found the button.
Yeah,
sorry, that was fun.
All right. Good job.
Okay.
Speed round.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Toilet paper and hoarding.
Loser.
All right. PlayStation 5. The big hot gift for the year.
Where are they? I still can't buy one. I'm pissed. It's a loser that they didn't get their crap together.
Yeah, but there will be a big win.
I know, but I needed one. Okay. Meatless meat. Yes. No, that's a positive.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Puppy adoptions. That's always a positive.
Yeah, but this year, it's the biggest thing going.
I know. It's because people are home and they have time. The problem is that do you imagine these little puppies that are going to have their owners home, and then the people eventually are going to go back maybe, and the puppies are going to go, wait.
What do you personally think of puppy adoptions?
I think puppy adoptions are the bomb.
Are you adopting a puppy?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Well, if you count.
Our poor dog that we've had for 10 years is going to have to move over. I mean, it's like you're replacing her.
Oh, my gosh. She's going to be so happy.
No, she's not.
Here, I'm going to say puppy adoptions. Yay. Okay. Wilmington, Delaware.
Yay. I'm from Wilmington.
It's finally got some props besides being a credit card haven.
And a place for a lot of tolls and tax-free shopping.
And tax-free shopping, yeah.
And Wilmington, also the heroin capital of the United States.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But now, finally, Wilmington. Yay. We love Wilmington. And finally.
2020, the year 2020.
If I hear one more person, 2020 is over. It's such a cliche.
First of all,
nothing's changing.
Nothing's changing. But no, yes, we're getting a new administration. So that will be changing. I think 2020 will be better. We'll get the vaccines. 2021. But we have to remember, I don't know if people remember that at the end of 2019, we were like going, oh my God, that was the worst year ever. Like,
I don't remember that.
Sayonara.
Why was 2019 bad?
It was bad. I don't know. I just remember being like, oh my God, thank God 2019's over. We're starting a new chapter. And then 2020 was worse.
Every moment you get.
That's right. Anyway, there you go.
All right. Well, that's a wrap. No, do not say, oh, it's 2020, it's over. Or at least, we made it to 2021, because things we'll have plenty more to talk about in 2021. That's the thing to look forward to.
Yeah. Marketing wins and losses of 2021. All right.
So that's a wrap on 2020. Thank you all year round. We'll be back in January. Well, you can get these anytime, actually. You just go to online and download.
You can hear us over and over. You can go episodes 1 through 13 and really be like bored.
If you think whatever we got right, whatever we got wrong, let us know. Get in touch with us on Twitter at On The Mark Media, and you can email us at
Reva Smith at AOL.com.
Send them to Reva Smith over there next to me. And you can email us at offthemark at onthemarkmedia.com. Those are 2 marks with a C. And as Hilaria Baldwin would say, buenos dias, buenas noches.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I have to go to the bathroom.